Hi everyone, Amy here, and today I'm sharing with you another batching idea. And the best part, it includes pattern paper. So let's jump right in. Here's some of the products that I'm going to be using. I have some A2 size panels of 110 pound cardstock. I have a little spray bottle with some water, and this smattering of fabulous Altenew 3D embossing folders. So all of them have the name in the top right corner except for that one in the middle. I think that may have been the first one I got, and maybe they weren't putting the names on them yet. But I will link all the products that I used in the video description box below if you expand and scroll down. Here's some photos of the cards that I'm going to make for you today. Now these are really simple, easy to create, easy to batch, and some of them, especially depending on the geometric designs and the pattern paper that you choose, would be great for gender neutral or more masculine type of cards. So I know a lot of us struggle with that, but my thought process with masculine or gender neutral cards is just keep it simple, keep it geometric, and it doesn't have to be too extra, I guess. So I'm showing you here, I'm just spritzing these card panels with some water. This is an optional step, but I do find that it works well with these 3D embossing folders simply because there really is so much dimension built in. So I'm going to spritz all these and load them up into the embossing folders, and then I will take them off screen and run them through my embossing machine. I do have a Spellbinders Platinum 6 for my die cutting and my embossing, so I run those through. So just check the settings for your specific machine to see what kind of sandwich you need. But I'm just going to pull them all out of these embossing folders, and they never cease to amaze me. They're just so incredible, the dimension and detail that you can get with these embossing folders. I'm hooked. This one you can see I had backwards, so I just flipped it over. I really should mark something to show at least the front of it, since that one doesn't have the name. But I recently acquired, a handful more of these because, I can't get enough. They're just so fabulous. But they're just so versatile. You can use them kind of on their own, like I'm going to be showing you today, or you can do all sorts of different fun techniques with them, and I'll link in the video description box below as well a playlist for some other ways that I've played with these awesome embossing folders. So here all I have is my black or gray family blending brush, and I didn't even put any ink on it. This is just residual black or gray. I just wanted to really amp up the dimension on here and the detail, so I'm just kind of lightly brushing it over randomly in spots. Again, optional step, you can certainly keep it pure white, but I just wanted to give it a little something else, and you can see how quickly this comes together. I'm just brushing it over, no real rhyme or reason, just in various different spots, just to really accent and kind of create a little bit more of a shadow where these 3D images kind of pop off the paper. So I'm just working through these, and as you can see, I've actually already attached them to card bases. So they're attached to top fold 110 pound Nina Classic Crest Solar White card bases. And you'll see some of them I will leave vertical orientation, others I will turn on their side. So again, just preference, but they are all A2 size, so they're 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm just going through again. Now here I recently acquired this awesome Celebrate die from Catherine Pooler, and this is an ink pad that was donated to me. I will link that as well below if it's still available, but if not, just absolutely use whatever pattern paper or designer paper you have on hand. I'm sure you probably have a bunch of it like I do, but I'm just going to use some of these various different pieces of paper. I go through and kind of pick out the ones that I think will work, but then you'll see in the finished product that I ended up picking out some different designs, because I found that the ones with too much white were a little, I don't know, not too busy, but they didn't stand out enough on the busy background. So I'm just kind of looking here, trying to plan out what I'm thinking here, but I really like this particular paper pad because I feel like the colors could be gender neutral, so you can kind of use them for anybody. And the cool thing about the Celebrate, in this particular case, I'm making them to batch some birthday cards for my stash, but honestly, Celebrate is so versatile. You could use it for, a retirement or a new baby, or anything, any sort of celebration. So die cuts like this that are big enough to kind of be like a bit of a focal point are a really useful thing to have in your crafty stash. So I just have my Barely Art glue here. I'm just going to liquid glue it. I have some tweezers here to hold it down, and I will pounce that die cut off on my little piece of scratch paper. That's just so no glue kind of oozes out the edges. But there's so much dimension on this that you want to make sure you put an acrylic block or something on it to hold it down while the glue is setting, because you don't want it to pop back off. So I will throw a little acrylic block on that and let that sit, and I go through and attach all the other ones to the card bases. Now here I have some simple strips. These are from Tailored Expressions. I use these all the time, and these cool little storage boxes are also from Tailored Expressions, but it's basically one big stamp and one big die, and then you cut them all out and have them ready to go. So if you're a batching sort of person like I am, then you might want to check these products out, because I have several of these different stamp sets. This is a birthday inspired one, but there's all different types. So here's my extras I'm showing you here. It's fun to always contribute to my sentiment book. This is also part of my batching process. And I did recently do a video with some of my storage solutions. So if you're interested in that, I will link that as well below in the video description box. But if I have extras, then I'll kind of store them away in that book and have them ready to go for a future batching session. So here's another fun way to kind of amp up the inside of your card. Use a little bit more of the pattern paper inside, either through maybe like a cute heart or a flower die cut, or just a little strip like this, and then you can attach it just to kind of carry the element of the front of the card onto the inside of the card. And here, I deserve a cookie because I didn't cut into my card base. I often do. But it worked out for me here. So here's the finished cards. I have 6 of them, and they truly did come together in a snap. So this is a really fun way to use up that pattern paper, use your embossing folders, and a cool die. I mean, look, there's no stamping. I mean, I guess technically there is with the simple strips on the inside, but the front of the design, very simple, easy to recreate. If you guys donate cards or are part of card drives or anything like that, this might be a nice simple option, but it still has the wow factor from all that dimension from the gorgeous embossing folders. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I appreciate you so much for watching. I'll check you next time. Bye.